against a team that's as good as they are. I think it speaks to the quality of our group and our competitiveness. We got to give Robbie a lot of credit. He's made so many of those plays throughout his 4-year career in these late games. He's kind of got that clutch gene. I know Josh has talked about that, and obviously Josh and his staff do a great job. So credit to them, but really I think our guys have shown, really night in, night out, with maybe one exception, that our competitive fire has been there all year. We just have not been on the right end of a couple of these close games for different reasons. Here we are tonight, up 1 minute 23 to go, and we put them on the free throw line. An excellent free throw shooter, and then we get a decent shot at the rim against a good defense. Doesn't go in. So difficult to swallow, but proud of the group, and I believe that we're a team that should be playing in the NIT. And I can go through that in detail, why, but again, I think with what we've been through all year, losing Rafael Castro for 6 games, the way Luke stepped up and NJC have stepped up in those moments during that time, we became better for it. We've played an incredibly difficult schedule. You think about playing, South Florida, who wins the American, beat them in the second game of the season, UMBC, who won the America East, McNeese, who won the Southland, Murray State, who I think was top 3 seed in the Valley, and the top 100 team a lot of the year, Florida, who won the SEC, obviously defended national champion on a neutral site, St. Louis twice, at VCU, Dayton twice, Mason twice, at Duquesne, at St. Joe's, without Slim in one-possession games. We've really been challenged. And I think our guys have had what you really want, which is a competitive character about you, that even though at times it's felt like we were cursed a little bit when you're the 365th luckiest team in KenPom, you might think about feeling that way. But we came back to compete every single night, and obviously we did today, just unfortunately couldn't close the game.
Questions for the student athletes? Again, please raise your hand when you get the mic.
George Templeton from Rams Rewind. For the players, when the pace starts to get so hot in the second half, and that game gets up and down, how tough is it against a team like St. Louis just to try to remain calm and try to do the things that you were doing so well in the first half?
Yeah, I think we're comfortable in any type of game that wants to be played. I think at the start of the year, our kryptonite was kind of teams slowing it down, taking their time in possessions. But we want to play fast, and St. Louis kind of plays the same way as us. But we had to adjust, and I thought in the first half we were playing really well, we were hitting shots. But second half when they made a run, I feel like we just kind of collapsed, and that's on me as a leader, and on the team we just have to dig down in those moments and be better. So.
Nick Burnbaugh, King Student Television. I know the season obviously didn't end the way you guys wanted to, but what's the biggest takeaway you can have from the season that I would say really tested both everybody's adversity?
I believe just competing all the way through. We had all throughout the season we had problems. Let's say our second half. We're an amazing team. We have hella great players offensively. We just have to adjust quickly the second half, which hurt us the most.
Yeah, I think the memory will be that. Unfortunately, there's going to be a lot of regret from this season, which sucks because it definitely could have went our way. But again, that's on us. We have to change that. But I would just say the fact that we competed in every game. Coach said it after in the locker room, you can't tell us that we didn't compete in every single game we played in. We gave it a shot against St. Louis, one of the best teams, VCU. Every game we played against, minus maybe 1 or 2, we were in it. And I think that's something we should take as a positive from this season, because it's not all negative. And even though we lost a lot of close games, and people will criticize us for that, we were in those games. We brought ourselves into those games. So there's no reason to hang our heads down. We just have to be better.